girl, China Lovelace. We're still here at the Dreamville Festival, and we with the Hip Hop Caucus. I got Malika here. She's going to tell us everything we need to know because voting is more than just the presidential election. How you feeling?
Good. It's been a good festival so far. We've got a lot of turnout, a lot of people from all over the country, actually, not just North Carolina. So we've had about 500 plus people visit the nonprofit village each day and get to know the different organizations that are here. So it's been really nice.
That's good. So what exactly does the Hip Hop Caucus do?
Yeah, we're a national organization. We focus on all spectrums of advocacy, from climate justice to economic justice, voting rights advocacy. We partner with a lot of different on-the-ground organizations for social justice initiatives. So we're really out here in BIPOC frontline communities advocating for our communities to be well taken care of and represented at all elements of the political process.
Okay, cool. And with everything that's going on with the Trump administration, like things are constantly changing, but as Black folks, what is something that we need to be like paying attention for that may be coming up, like with anything with the law changing? Like what is something that we can do, like, okay, we know about this, we're prepared, we can, get our voices out there and use it for the action?
Yeah. I think that unfortunately with this administration, the worst thing is we really have no idea what's coming next. We've learned that in the last few weeks. Project 2025 has been a really big inclination of some of the different legislation that he might pass. But I think for Black people especially, the most important thing to do is just educate yourself, continue to educate yourself. A lot of the phrasing in these different bills that are coming through is intended to be confusing, especially at the local and state level. We can pass a lot of federal legislation, and then local legislation can really undermine that and make impacts in our communities. And so we really want to reiterate that it's not just the presidential election. Elections are every year, and we need to show up as advocates for our community and for our people and vote for what really matters for us.
For sure. And I just love that you're giving the viewers so much information, because people would just think that they can just go out for the presidential election, not do the election in their cities and counties. And what is something like a good talking point that I can just share like with family or friends that feel like voting is not important?
I would say that even if you don't feel like your vote matters, the last few elections have shown us that your vote is more imperative than ever. I think that the Obama election, we had astronomical turnout, and we really made an impact there to show that what we care about really matters. As far as kind of talking points for people, I would really identify what their issues are. A lot of these major elections, they're running on a really general campaign, and they're not talking to people in the communities about what's impacting their day-to-day. Especially Louisiana, you have some areas in Ohio and Texas where there's a lot of petrochemical runoff that's harming the water supply, leading to a bunch of different diseases. We have cancer rates, asthma, a lot of things that impact our people, and they're not talked about or argued about in these bigger elections. So when people say voting doesn't matter, I would really identify the smaller, more local issues that they could help stop on a grander scale just by coming out and showing up.
Yeah, so get out here. Your vote matters. And if people want to get involved with the Hip Hop Caucus, how can they be a member or anything like that?
Of course. You can follow us on all the socials. We're at Hip Hop Caucus. For Dreamville, we're hashtagging Dreamville Fest. And once you go into our social media, you can sign up for our email list. When you put your information in, you'll put your zip code, your address, what city, and we'll send out localized information on different legislative initiatives that could really help you about different election information. So yeah, I would recommend following us and signing up for the email list is a really great starting point for information.
Period. Make sure y'all follow them right now and tell them Always Relevant TV sent y'all.